What happened to us? Before I knew what I was doing, I dashed all the way up to the second floor. Clutching my head, I groaned and whimpered, pacing pointlessly back and forth. From an outsider's perspective, I must have looked ridiculous, but it was all I could do to keep myself from imploding. This was the weirdness Cinderella had picked up on. My behavior around Kaguya. I knew I was being obvious. Blatantly obvious. But after that spectacular night, I just didn't know how to act around him anymore. Whenever I looked at him, my mind flashed back to what happened and all my composure went right out the window. Obviously, I knew I needed to keep my personal life separate from my work, but whenever I let my guard down, well, you saw what happened back there. But as for the details of what exactly happened that night, he kissed me through the mask. And I didn't get to see any of that? Rude, Eureka. Ah! 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 Another vivid flashback shot through my mind. The cringe was so intense I curled into the fetal position and rolled around on the floor. Alice, get out here and kick her in the head, please. She needs help. In my mind, I was screaming, "Calm down! Be chill!" But I just couldn't get it out of my head. Yes, I knew just how ridiculous I was acting, but I was still only 19. I could dish it, but I couldn't take it. I had trouble reacting to anything I wasn't outright expecting. Burying my flushed face in my knees, I began to hyperventilate. Just then, I heard the sound of a door opening. I can't believe I'm saying this, but please be Alice. Ah, perfect. The perfect person. Literally knock some sense into her. It's you. And out walked an attractive, blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy. Hey! Hey, psycho! What? Naturally, the first thing he said to me was an ableist slur. Are you crazy or just plain stupid? Got a few screws loose up there, or did you even have any to begin with? You've been non-stop since yesterday and it's pissing me off. You must be some kind of zombie, huh? Because clearly your brain's rotted to the point where you've lost all speech function. Were you never taught to use your indoor voice after 10 p.m.? You're not the only person who lives here. If you want to scream all night long, then go live out in the boonies where you won't have any neighbors. Thanks to you, I've barely gotten any sleep at all. Look at these dark circles under my eyes. Yeah, I see them. When do you think the most important part of the sleep cycle happens? Fun fact, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. is the time period in which the human body secretes the most melatonin, not to mention the growth hormones needed to repair your skin. But unfortunately for me, I couldn't fall asleep until after you finally shut the hell up, which wasn't until after 2 a.m. My body is now damaged thanks to you. How will you make amends for this? I'm sorry. Huh. Nice try, Dippy, but I'm not letting you off easy. Dippy? What is this, the 1950s? Also, I have some feedback, or rather a complaint about your cooking. Could you stop showing off and just cook like a normal person? What do you mean? I mean exactly what I said. Every single meal, you always have to make some fancy bullshit like, "Look at me, everybody! I'm so good at cooking!" It's obnoxious! I wasn't trying to show off. Liar! In the beginning, I imagine they looked at your weirdly over-embellished cooking and said nice things to be polite. But you, being the simpleton that you are, actually thought they were serious. So now you just can't stop yourself, can you? You're addicted to the attention.
Aren't I, so good at cooking? Tell me I'm special, Daddy!
It's so sickeningly fake! I stared at him steadfastly.
Do you not enjoy my cooking?
I never said that.
Not outright, but you're certainly implying it. And if you're not enjoying it, then I want to know. Aha! You looked away. That means you like it.
No! I hate it, I hate it, I hate it! I could never like that crap!
Funny how you always manage to clean your plate.
Oh, quit smirking. You disgust me. Just because I ate your food doesn't mean I liked it. Have you not considered the possibility that I prefer not to leave leftovers where possible?
Oh, really? Is that out of respect for the chef? The food itself? Or for the people who go hungry every day?
Excuse me. Are you stupid? I don't think about that crap while I'm eating. Besides, it's all just a bunch of self-important BS meant to make you feel better about yourself. And for the record, it's not some poverty mindset about not letting things go to waste either. There's no honor in overstuffing yourself just to clean your plate. If anything, that's more inefficient.
So you do it because it tastes good?
And another thing! I'm sick of the French and Italian and casserole this and Flemish that and whatever the hell ratatouille is. Are we in Europe? No? Then quit with the foreign shit and make normal people food!
What, like Big Macs?
Are you doing this on purpose? Or are you literally so stupid that you cannot comprehend the words coming out of my mouth?
So far, what I'm getting from this is that you'd like to have some simple meals now and then in addition to the fancy stuff.
Not bad for a dunce like you. But you're not getting any ass pats from me. I'm not going to stroke that ego of yours.
Yeah, I know, we're still like 3 roots away? Got 2 full roots plus this one, so 3 roots away. Who, me? I don't have an ego.
And another thing, you can take that sarcasm and shove it.
Gee, thanks. Ow, ow, ow! This was my 3rd time getting my cheeks pinched today.
From now on, if the meal has a stupid French name, don't serve it to me!
Alright then. I take that to mean you don't need any dessert either, right? Since dessert is a French word?
Are you screwing with me? Or are you just that stupid? Which is it, huh? You think this is funny?
Stop! Make that 4 cheek pinches.
Huh!
Alice, you're such an ass.
Me? You can play the victim all you want, but you're the villain here.
Oh, okay, so you are Alice. Nice to meet you, I guess. Ugh. My name's... That went well. Feeling defeated, I trudged down the stairs. Right when I was finally lucky enough to meet my mystery neighbor, he turned out to be a gremlin from hell. On the upside, however, I was a lot calmer now. Thanks, Alice. Sure, he was rude, but his complaints themselves were still justified. The fact of the matter was, I was being obnoxious, and I needed to stop. It's time to stop. I clapped myself on the cheeks to psych myself up. All right, I can do this. I can't just mope around forever. Here I am. Right as I burst into the kitchen, however, I saw Kaguya go flying across the room. Oh no. Huh? He crashed into a chair, bringing it with him to the floor.
Ugh.
Kaguya?
Oh. Hello, Pulpit.
As I hastily helped him up, I found he was somehow still smiling. You're bleeding! Blood trickled from his mouth, probably from cutting his lip on his teeth.
Oh, it's no big deal.
Yes, it is! I pressed my handkerchief to his lip.
Don't, Pulpit. Your handkerchief will get stained.
That's what they're there for!
Well, at least this way we're talking again, I suppose.
Huh? My heart skipped a beat. Can someone please tell me what's going on? Did you punch him across the room? I looked from Kaguya to Cinderella, who was just standing there idly. You did punch him across the room, hey. Nice.
I punched him.
And why did you do that? I did my best to keep my voice level.
He told me he put the moves on you.
And by that, you mean... what happened last night?
Yeah, that's right. He said he forced himself on you.
Forced himself on me? I mean, sure, it was forceful, but he's my boyfriend. And besides, it was just a kiss. Yeah, that's it. It was just a kiss. No big deal. But that... It wasn't no big deal. Hardly more than a greeting in some countries. I tried to stay calm, but my voice came out in a strained yelp.
A greeting? Are you serious?
Then he gave me this weirdly compassionate look.
It's all right. You don't have to put on an act.
I'm really not, though.
Enough, okay?
He pulled me close and patted me on the head. Oh, okay. Enough of what? Never in all the time I'd known him had he ever treated me so... kindly? I was so stunned I just sort of let it happen. But it kind of felt like there was some sort of misunderstanding. Or was I overthinking it?
Sorry, but the guy's total scum for making you do it outdoors. Especially for your first time.
I burst out laughing.
Gross.
He used his sleeve to wipe my spit off his face. Cinderella, my friend, I think maybe you've got the wrong idea.
What are you talking about? He pressured you into it, right?
I think your imagination is getting a little carried away, you perv.
How am I the perv when he's the one who forced himself on you?
He didn't! It was just a kiss, a little smooch, a peck, and it wasn't even on the lips. There was a mask between us.
What? What? What?
The 3 types of what in a nutshell.
Oh.
Cinderella shoved past me and grabbed Kaguya.
Hey! Kaguya! Is she telling the truth? Yeah. You dumbass! You need to explain these things!
He shook Kaguya vigorously by the shoulders.
Terribly sorry about that.
Cinderella, don't! He's injured!
Oh, right. Sorry, pal.
Ouch! As Cinderella let go of him, he slammed head first into the wall. What a comedy of errors.
Well, what can I say? My bad.
He held up his hands in a defensive pose.
Well, no harm done, really. Either way, I'm the one who messed up.
Kaguya smiled weakly. No, you didn't. You didn't mess up at all. I'm the one who got all freaked out about it for no reason. I got freaked out? I paused to examine my own statement. Huh?
Oh, sorry. I just...
Cinderella pressed a hand to his mouth, shoulder shaking. But I already saw his grin, and I knew what this was about.
I mean, think about it. You were so rattled, I was sure he must have traumatized you. But now I find out it was just a kiss! Through a mask! What are you, 5?
He burst into a fit of laughter, pointing at me with one hand, clutching his side with the other. Rude! I pounded my fists on his chest in protest, but it was too late. He couldn't stop. He laughed and laughed until he was practically crying. Oh, right! Just then, I remembered I was supposed to go and help Kaguya to his feet. God, I don't know what to say except... I'm so sorry!
That's all right, Puppet. No need to apologize. I'll take a wallop if it means you'll look me in the eyes again.
Kaguya...
At the time you were just so cute, I couldn't stop myself from kissing you. But now I wish I'd held back. You were so embarrassed you couldn't even look at me properly. Anytime I tried to talk to you, you'd flinch away. Of course, you're adorable when you're embarrassed too, but I much prefer your smile. Can you forgive me?
In that moment, my chest ached as though my heart was in a vice. My pulse was racing and my cheeks were flushed.
What's the matter?
I think I might love you.
Well, as it happens, I'm quite keen on you myself.
Kaguya! I leapt into his arms. This has been a roller coaster. Thank you, Cinderella.
What is even happening?
What is Wait! Just hold. You can't, Snow, you can't just walk into the scene with no preamble. Just like,
hey yo, romantic foil.
You have not shown up once. We have no context for why you're here. The wizard showing up would have made more sense in the situation, honestly. I would have bought it more. Snow, what are you doing here? I mean, it's nice to see you, but I feel kind of dizzy, actually. I've gone through a lot of emotions in a very short time. Yeah?
I think you're the romantic foil in this situation. That doesn't make any... Wait, what the... Snow? When did you get here? Oh, just now. By the way, your customers are really confused. Oh, crap.
I gotta say, I feel these customers' confusion because I'm kind of in the same boat right now. Thank you for coming! We hope to see you again soon! Phew. Once the last customer was gone, I heaved a sigh of relief.
Good grief. Thanks to you two, we nearly ruined the cafe's reputation.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
The two of us knelt on the floor, humbling ourselves. Apparently, those customers were waiting to get their checks the entire time. Naturally, they heard everything we were saying in the kitchen, and they were rather alarmed. Fortunately, they were quick to forgive us in the end, but I still felt bad.
Listen, whatever punishment you give us, give it all to me.
Kaguya? I glanced over to find him smiling faintly.
The whole thing was my fault. I never should have stepped away from the dining area to begin with.
Normally, his smile would come across as flippant in a situation like this one, but I knew better. I could see his fists trembling in his lap.
Punishment.
You have no right to get mad at them. All of you forgot.
Well, yeah. I admit I'm partially to blame.
You're only running this cafe as a hobby anyway. Since when do you care about reputation or profit or anything?
Point taken. For now, let's just put this whole thing behind us, alright? I can't handle this maudlin crap.
So you're running this as a hobby again? Are you still broke, Mr. Playboy? What's happening?
Let's all just get over it, myself included.
At this, I placed a hand over Kaguya's trembling fist.
Pop it.
Let's just make sure it doesn't happen again, okay? I smiled, hoping to reassure him.
Right.
We got to our feet and turned to the guy who saved our bacon. Thank you for defending us, Snow White.
No problem.
He turned away, cool as ice. Later, in the kitchen, we were all seated around the dining table. I was sitting next to Kaguya. Across from us sat Cinderella and Snow White. Now that everything's calmed down, allow me to introduce you. Snow White, this is my boyfriend Kaguya. I gestured energetically to Kaguya next to me.
You sure changed your tune quick.
You know what they say. Women are as variable as April weather. Then again, it's winter right now. Still winter.
Yeah, whatever.
It's very nice to meet you. My name is Kaguya, and I'll be staying here for a spell.
Kaguya held out his hand for a handshake.
I'm Snow White. Nice to meet you.
While Snow introduced himself in kind, he did not accept the proffered hand. He didn't even meet Kaguya's gaze.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's like this with everyone.
Right then.
Kaguya nodded and lowered his hand. So you're Cinderella's younger brother? This was the extent of what I knew about Snow White. So, his brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is actually only the second time I've met him. True.
Oh, really? Interesting.
He's a free spirit. Usually he stays at Mom's house, but every now and then he wanders over. Isn't that right?
Snow White glanced in Cinderella's direction, then immediately looked away.
Hello? Answer the question.
That's nice, actually. Means he's got a place to call home, innit?
Right. I guess you don't have one of those.
Can't say I do.
Cinderella gave a non-committal grunt in response. Then, after a moment, his lips curled in a cruel smirk.
Let me guess. Did your folks disown you because of all the womanizing?
Let's not talk about it in front of my girlfriend, mate.
Kaguya's gaze shifted to me. I admit I'm curious, but I'm not worried about it. There was still a lot about him I didn't know, but I could afford to wait until he was comfortable telling me.
You're so mature.
He ruffled my hair playfully.
What is it, Snow White?
I realized Snow White was staring at Kaguya's head.
That mask.
All at once, everyone looked up at Kaguya's mask.
Is that a rabbit? Well spotted. It is indeed.
Oh, it's a rabbit? That's cute. I had thought it was a fox. I thought so too at first, but then I noticed how long the ears were, and I'm like, no, it's gotta be a rabbit. Which fits, considering moon princess, rabbit in the moon. It makes sense.
In it. Course, you're as cute as a bunny yourself.
Aw, thanks. I tilted my head in his direction and he ruffled my hair some more.
What is it?
Nothing. Just try to make sure that mask doesn't slip off one day.
Are we still talking about the rabbit mask?
I'll be careful.
In contrast with Kaguya's jovial laughter, Snow White stared back coldly. Snow's got a... I mean, we've only seen Snow White once before, but he has a knack for seeing through things. As I attempted to decipher this exchange, however, something else occurred to me. Oh crap, I forgot about dinner!
Oh, right. Yeah, me too. I got distracted with all the drama.
I'll get started on it now. I rose to my feet and Kaguya followed suit.
Let me help you, Pulpit.
That'd be great. I opened the fridge and took stock of our inventory on hand. Salami, cheese, chicken, eggs, veggies.
What are you making tonight?
Feels like we haven't had something light and simple in a while. Any requests?
I'm happy with anything you make me.
What about you, Cinderella? Snow White?
Nah, anything's fine.
I'll pass.
Okay then. Evidently, no one was opposed to me making something simple, per Alice's request. Not that I'd care if they did oppose it. Still, the idea of making something like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for dinner bored me to tears. If Alice knew I felt that way, he'd scoff and call me a diva. Folding my arms, I contemplated tonight's menu.
What's the matter?
I want to make something simple, but I don't know what. What's something that's simple and classy that I could make from scratch?
Simple and classy. Let's see. How about fish sticks?
That's perfect! I snapped my fingers. Fish sticks were simple on their own, but I could spice things up by making a few fancy dipping sauces.
Is it? Excellent.
Oh, but dang it, we don't have any fish.
Shall I go fetch us some?
I'll come with you. Cinderella, would you mind if we ran to the store real quick?
No prob. Just don't take too long, or I'll assume you're having sausage for dinner instead.
You did not! Sir! Sir! Damn! He smirked at me as he leaned against his chair. Okay? At first I didn't get it, but then the innuendo sank in. Gah!
Whoa there!
In retaliation, I raised my fist, but Kaguya grabbed my arm to stop me. Let go, Kaguya!
Now, Pulpit. Let's get going, shall we?
And so he dragged me outside. Oh, come on, just let me at him! Let me at him!